In order to create mobile applications, Ionic depends on a number of different technologies, so getting everything to work is a little bit trickier than usual. Now, there's a couple of ways to set up the Ionic environment. You can set up to run apps in a local development environment or set up virtual emulators to run your applications. Now, this course is going to focus on the development environment, so I'm going to show you how to set that up here. Now, in this video, I'll show you how to install things on a PC. For installation instructions for a Mac, make sure you check out the previous video. Now, first thing we need to do is install Node.js. You can do that on this website. I'm going to click on the install button right here. It's going to download an installer. So I'm going to execute the installer and just go through the prompts. Although it's not a requirement for everything you have to do in Ionic, it's a good idea to install Git, and you can do so at this website. So I'm going to click on the Download for Windows button right here. And I'm going to go ahead and run the installer and go through the prompts. Now here you want to make sure that you include Git Bash on this screen, and all the other defaults are fine for right now. For the easiest and most Unix-like experience, you want to make sure that you use Git from Git Bash and not from the Windows command prompt. That way you'll be better able to follow along with this course. Ionic uses Git to install plugins and other resources that are stored as GitHub projects. So let's go ahead and click on Finish. Next thing we need to do is make sure that we install the Ionic and Cordova CLI, or command line interface. You can do that using the terminal using Git Bash. So to do that, we'll execute the npm install -g Cordova and Ionic. All right, let's go ahead and issue a clear command so we work with a clean screen. To make sure that things are working okay, let's create an application with Ionic. The installation creates a CLI, or command line interface, in your terminal. So it's quite good and comes with some templates that you can use for creating apps quickly. So to put this app on the desktop, I'm going to do cd and then the tilde sign, which is above the tab, then type in desktop. And then I'm going to execute the Ionic start, and I'll just type in some app right here. This will create a project with Ionic that will appear in my desktop. It may ask you to create an Ionic IO account and use the Ionic View app and other features. Let's go ahead and say no for now, but you can say yes and fill out the information if you want to. All right, so if we've done everything correctly, let me go ahead and move this over to the right. You can see the Some App folder right here. And what we can do is change that view to that application. So we'll say change directory and Some App. And then we'll do the command Ionic serve. If you get these options, just go ahead and type in 4 for localhost. This will open up a browser with a preview of your application. All right, so I'm going to move this over so that it takes up the right side of the screen. And we can open our application in our favorite text editor. I'm using Sublime Text, so I'll open that up. I'm going to open up this index.html file. And just to make sure that our application is running and the live reloading has been set up properly, I'll scroll down over here to where it says ion navbar bar positive, and I'm going to change this word right here to light, and I'm going to save this. And you just see the UI on the right hand side immediately update, and you should see this blue color disappear out of this header bar. So I know that that's working. Let me go ahead and undo and save that. So you can see the bar appears blue again. That means that we have a good Ionic installation working and running. Now, because Ionic uses many other frameworks to get things done, it does require a little bit more installation than in most projects. There's a whole other layer of installations for deployments to mobile devices and testing that you can do. We'll take a look at some of those options towards the end of this course.